Test, 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 and we are good to go. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Sorry, as soon as I started talking, Loki came running over. He has one of my old shoes in his mouth, and he's having fun chewing on that. So, big news here today that Bitcoin just broke out. Let me go over here to the 5-minute chart. I was just looking at the 1-minute chart here. However, you guys can see, let me just put the MACD down. Bitcoin just popped. I know we talked about this a few days ago, and we pretty much had nothing happening until just about a half an hour ago. But all of a sudden, here we go. Bitcoin is going full steam ahead. And now we have the really hard part. I would say the easy part really was just having this breakout that we just saw happen a few minutes ago. But going forward here, everybody, the big thing that's going to cause a lot of angst. And hey, Carrick, hope you're doing well. Make sure I pronounce your name right. And hey, Brandy, hope you guys are all doing well. The big thing here is now we're dealing with some moving averages, which could be very good for us or very bad. So before we start going over to the daily and the weekly moving averages, I just want to point to two things here. We almost got broke down below the 20 moving average in the 4-hour chart. Usually the 4-hour, the daily, and stuff like this is what I've been telling you guys about, along with the 2-hour actually over the past few weeks. But we didn't break down. We came very close, and then we managed to have this really, really big pop here, and that's been a fantastic thing, right? Look at that pop. Now, a few different things have to happen going forward if we want to see this rally continue. Otherwise, we're going to have a pretty nasty day tomorrow, let's just say that. And then we're probably going to have to consolidate. If you guys want to see this thing really blow up out of nowhere, even higher over the next few days, here's some of the things you guys are going to be looking for, okay? First things first, it's going to be this 200 daily moving average. Usually when we break above it, we do have these really large candles, or on the other side here, really nasty candles, right? However, we're getting very, very close to having a breakout above that one. But again, what did we talk about a little bit ago? I think it was like 2 days ago now. Weekly chart. We're also dealing with this 20 and the 200 weekly moving averages. Now, it's kind of hard to show you guys this. Let me kind of see if I can actually, can I hide this at all? Will it allow me to hide it? Usually it does, and I'm not entirely sure why it's not. Usually you can hide this. Yeah, why isn't it let me do that? It's fine. Big thing here is we did have a death cross in the weekly, so that really doesn't bode well for Bitcoin here. But like we said before, we usually don't put too much stock into this one specifically for Bitcoin, only because it's only happened once in Bitcoin's entire history. And then when you kind of look at that, you notice that last time it happened, it was nothing really happened, right? So let's go back over here. Nothing really happened on this chart after we saw this breakdown. This right here, that wasn't a technical event. That was the FTX crash. So I'm a little bit hesitant to say that this is automatically going to make us move down. Will we move down in the future? Yeah, I'm sure we are. But for now, we are seeing a big move. The shorts that I had before, they all got closed out. I think I took like a 5-10% loss on each one of those, depending on when I bought them at. The shorts that I made money on them, but that's fine. A couple things before I start answering questions and kind of going into a little bit more of a deep dive here. For those trades that we made over the past week, I did my own on Fairdesk, and there's also the other ones on Tapbit. We can kind of see how the trades have been doing. And this is just so you guys understand that I've just started a dollar cost averaging campaign. This is going to be anywhere from $300 to $500 a week, on each individual account. So $300 on Fairdesk, $300 on Tapbit, up to $500. And if we zoom in just a little bit, and remember, this is not about the money so much, and I guess in the long term it will be, but remember the percentages, so at the end of the day you can kind of see how much profit you guys make. So if I were to open this up based off of some of the trades we did last week, you can see it's not like, life-changing money, nothing like that. We're just kind of here to do dollar cost averaging. This is the first batch. But you can see that magic that one of you guys recommended is up 22%. Litecoin is up 10. INJ is up 18. ICP is up 16. One of you guys recommended that as well, I believe. Filecoin is up 9. Dogecoin is up 6. And Bitcoin is up 7. So we are seeing some nice moves right now, particularly from those altcoins that have very low market caps. All right, now and we'll add to this next Thursday, but I'm only going to add on to these Thursday, keep it like a pattern. And if we have to pay higher prices this Thursday, so be it. It's just going to keep on going that way for a while, okay? Now, after that, we do have to talk about Fairdesk. These are the ones that I did personally. Not nearly as much, I don't think, because I did this by myself and not with you guys. They're kind of giving me like, hey, what type of tokens do you guys been looking at? Things like that. Pretty similar here, except for these were bought after the other one, so a few days after, so we didn't get that good dip price. But you see Bitcoin's up 5%, Theta's up 8%, STMX is up 1%, Ethereum is up 6%, and Comp is up 1.73%. They're doing fine, not as good as the ones on Tatbit, but that's just because we bought these a little bit later. But we are seeing some pretty solid moves. Nothing too crazy. I started this account off with just $500, and then I'm gonna keep on adding to this every Thursday. Another $500 is gonna go in there, and then we're gonna invest more and more and more. And it looks like the position-wise margin on this is I only have about $330 something invested into the market right now, so maybe $320, something like that. So I didn't even use the full 500. Maybe I only use like $400. I'm looking at the available balance right here, so it'll keep on going over time. Now, I tried to figure out. Let's see. I tried to figure out what the news was. Which dog? Yeah, I tried to figure out if there was actually any news going on here. I did not see any news. There's Tom posting about it. Anything else? No. So if you guys know if there was a news event, let me know. I was kind of predicting this a couple days ago purely from technicals, but if there was a catalyst that really popped everything off, I'd like to know about it. As far as the shutdown, we are not going to be having a shutdown. We pushed it down the road for 45 days. That happened last night, so that is not the big reason for this. Or maybe it's just because futures started to open up and you saw that tomorrow was going to be a green day after the news kind of became better. So maybe that's what's going to happen here. Let's go back over here to the 15-minute chart, though. You can see how we're continuing to go higher and higher and higher right now. Barely, but just one thing here. It's like it wants to pop one more time, and after that, kind of teeter out a little bit. But we'll see. Day traders are jumping in here like crazy. So what I need to do here very fast, just to kind of show you guys what's going on, is let me go over here to the 200 moving average. Let me make this into a daily one, and maybe we can see the resistance. Okay, you guys can barely see it, but there's a little yellow line right here. We're like really close to that 200. Okay, if I go over to the 5, there you go. Okay, this is the 200 daily moving average right here. A clear level of resistance that we're going to need to break out above. If we do, it's probably going to launch us up towards 28,500 at least. Would I be buying right now? No. I told you guys if you wanted to buy, you would probably wait for the breakout, or you guys would want to buy down at that $25,000 level, but that was a while ago now, right? The breakout that occurred, it happened a little too fast for the average trader out there. So you had about 5 minutes to buy right here, then afterwards it just kind of popped. So if you weren't sitting on your computer on football Sunday, like who's doing that, it might have been a little bit difficult. Or if you guys are maybe doing smart money contracts from like the Lux Algo Star, things like that, maybe you had an idea of what was going on, maybe an alert. But you guys can see breakout, pop. We have had some breakouts in the past. This one seemed to be the real deal this time, right? And specifically, just going back to that 4-hour chart, right? Barely keeping above that 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Now, one last thing here as well. Let's turn this over to the weekly. We also have the weekly 200 moving average here being a pain in the butt, causing us a little bit of resistance. And that's also going to be something that we have to deal with. And then, again, sorry, the last thing we have to worry about here is just this. I'm going to go over here to the daily chart. Really don't have to pay attention to this too much. That's not the one I want to do. I need to make this go into color candles off. There you go. What I usually recommend is just having a Fibonacci extension on here, just so you can kind of see what's going on. I guess we can magnetize it. It's fine. All right. We're getting close to that first one, right? I think actually did we tap on that first one? Yeah, we came pretty close. Afterwards, you guys are going to be hoping for 28,693, 28,700 basically. But just be careful, because you're going to have to see that big, massive breakout above all those moving averages, which always cause a lot of volatility before we even get there. So, if you wanted to buy right now, I would have a stop loss kind of around 27,740. Maybe if you want to 27,820, maybe a little bit less than that, like to break the high or low situation basically. But you guys can see right here, this is a 5-minute chart, so it's not like there's a lot of stuff going on. This is a 1-minute chart. Yonk, right? 1-minute chart, trying to stay afloat here. Hopefully we can have a nice breakout. If we do break down here and we go into a little bit more of a consolidation pattern, that's all fine as well. It is a massive level of resistance. But if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to have a nice little chat, right? And hey, Larry, happy to see you back. What's right here? I joined Shaved Head Brigade. Yeah, I know, right? Normally I don't shave my head, but I shave my head, like, I like to shave it once a year. But you see, like, what do you call it? I'm fucked up a little bit with it. I need to get it professionally shaved. I'm doing it this Thursday or something like that. But you can see how, like, my head has a different color than my scalp. I also do have a dry scalp every now and again. But basically, it's kind of weird that it has 2 different colors. But I don't mind it. Only thing about my skin is when you shave, it gets crinkled up, so you can't reshave it. Otherwise, it just cuts everywhere because my head, like, tightens into wrinkles because of all the little cuts and stuff. But I don't shave my head too often, but it'll be shaved for like the next couple months. And I gotta get my beard trimmed up so it actually looks nice and presentable. Otherwise, I can't walk out in public like that. It looks too weird. Assume the market would rally on government 45 staying open. What do you call it? You know, I was maybe expecting that more for the stock market. I don't know why. I just thought the crypto market was a little bit more in a weird spot. I mean, I guess I was like, okay, we could be ready to pop. I think I posted something on Twitter. Only see that tiny breakdown. This isn't a minute chart, guys, so remember that. See, I don't even know how to look at my own post on Twitter. Oh, that looks like shit. Whoever's playing that, guys. Oh, profile. There we go. Maybe that was it. Oh, okay, here. Yeah, okay, this was 18 hours ago. So this was like not it was yesterday, never mind. But my big point was Bitcoin wants to pop so bad. Let's see if my alts take off. I wasn't even thinking about Bitcoin. I feel bad about it. I was thinking about what Bitcoin is going to do to altcoin prices, and I guess that's just me. And then, you know, could see this one coming a mile away, and I said, thanks to Luxago, because they respond to the channel. But what do you call breaks above 200 daily moving average? That's the next big thing here, guys. That's the next big thing. But we have a small breakdown. Let's go over here to the 50-minute. You better consolidate. We got to start consolidating here. Just don't want to break down below some of these key support levels here, because you're going to see the people that kind of bought around here, waiting for an accumulation. You know, they're not panicking, but some are. Or perhaps some people that bought way down here, they're just saying, okay, well, let me just take my profit and run right now. But they're not a terrible position. You just have a minor breakdown here. And as far as, you know, any Fibonacci's and stuff, it doesn't really matter all too much, right? It's not going to really do too much here unless you want to maybe extend it all the way down here. In which case, let me go to a 15-minute chart. Yeah, let's just poke this all the way down here and put a magnet on top of it. Okay, so we got that. We got that. Back over here. Yeah, we're not even looking at a spots anywhere close to where we are now. Kind of matches up with the support level we have right here. Kind of just around 27,821. Maybe if I wanted to play around with it a little bit more, I might just actually come down here and do log scales. That doesn't have too much of a impact on us right now. So yeah. That's going to be our level of support for it now. Bought lots of calls Friday. You're not the only one. I saw a lot of options action pointing that way. Maybe some lower, maybe some puts there as well, but I think those puts were kind of focused, pushed out towards November of all times. I don't know what people are expecting to happen in November, though. It's right here. Ball looks good, brother. Appreciate it, GT. Thanks, Mattis. Hey, Nicholas. Happy to see you back. I bought a lot of Solana tokens at $11. I feel so blessed going to ride Solana to the next bull run. You know, there are a lot of projects still getting tons of investments here. Most of the investments we see these days, though, in larger projects, whether it's Solana, Dogecoin, something like that, a lot of them are just dollar cost averages because they know in the long run they're going to make them a lot of money. Now, sorry guys, got a little bit of heck. I was, I was supposed to be in Vegas this weekend, but because of all the stuff going on with my mom and her health and things like that, I decided to cancel everything. But I was supposed to go to some event called like NFT LV. It's like NFT Las Vegas basically. And I don't know if there's actually any good photos of it. Any good photos of it? I'll show you this. Okay. I don't see many good photos of the actual event. But basically, from what I heard, it was a pretty decently sized event. Here, there you go. You can see like it's actually like a convention, like a full-on expo. So I was gonna go to this one, but I'd recommend that if you guys ever can, and you guys have an expo in your local city, town, you don't have to fly to Vegas. Flying to Vegas can be expensive these days. But I'd recommend going to some of those expos and checking out some of the smaller projects and seeing if they're ever going to have tokens and things like that, because a lot of times you can find some nice little gems in there where you toss in like $50 and you just wait years to see what happens. I'm not talking about tossing in hundreds or even like thousands, not like that. Just tossing like $50 and see where it goes. I've done it a couple times. It's made me some good money, especially on the smaller like Dex Tools websites. We have all this micro caps. Could be kind of fun. Alright, so as far as Bitcoin's concerned, guys, we're still looking okay. I'm going to take off this breakdown point here because I think it's going to freak people out. That's kind of a scalpers type of thing. And the chart looks so nasty now just because nothing's going to fit because we have this long candle bar here. Log off. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes a little bit of a difference here. Alright. Maybe the 1 hour chart. Yeah, it looks a little bit more natural here. Just so we can see what's going on. Let me take this off here as well. And there we are. Okay. And hey, Ken, happy to see you back. I am not Denzel. Denzel has too much of an attitude. Market was down 5% for the month, and you know how we love an excuse to rally. You know, we really have been looking for any excuse. And that's the crazy thing, because at least the one thing that keeps me kind of happy about the market is there are still winners and losers in this current market. If we kind of zoom out a little bit while Bitcoin's consolidating and trying to break out above that 200 weekly and 200 daily and 250 weekly moving averages, and then we'll kind of go over some altcoins here afterwards. You guys can see, actually, let me do this first. NASDAQ, weekly chart, trying to hold on here, barely. We have broken down below that 20-week moving average. That is not good, but there still is an opportunity for us to have a monstrous day and break back above it, and then we might get choppy for a little bit. Who knows if we break out or if we come back down, but it's in a good spot, right? Dow Jones, again, yeah, I guess all of them are in okay spots, but they did just break down, so we got to keep that in mind. Dow Jones getting back into that order block right here. That could potentially have a reversal. SPY hasn't broken down. This one was the biggest surprise. I was sure this thing was going to break down, and it did not. So patiently having to wait on this one, but at least we did break the lows. This should be the higher lows here, and we do have a little bit of a downtrend going forward. It looks like, I think, when did we talk about this? It might have been just a few days ago, it might have been a week ago. You know, everything is kind of aiming for kind of a big event to happen in November and December. October could be kind of choppy, who knows, but you can see all these moving averages no matter which one you're looking at for, you know, NASDAQ, SPY, stuff like that. They're all kind of looking for a big showdown to happen pretty soon. Even right here, we're looking for a death cross to occur on the Dow Jones and on the NASDAQ. Right here, this one's a little bit more interesting because it has risen up so much because of AI and that little bubble that we're kind of experiencing here. But even that one, if you kind of look to see what may happen when you have a crossover here between here, because the 50 is shooting up so much, that would still be somewhere between October and November time. Now, oil, you know, inflation's not going down, so that's going to be interesting. But at least for now, oil's coming back down, and that's good, I guess, for now. We almost broke $95 a barrel. The dollar index moving back up. Oh. Yeah, the dollar index is getting stronger here. Huh. That is a little bit interesting. Hopefully it's just a double top and we top out, you know, then break back down over time. Okay, but for now, let's just go through the list here, kind of show you what's going on. So as far as Ethereum's concerned, Ethereum broke out a few days ago. We talked about this, and it kind of just kept on going. Very weird that it didn't really have too many large moves above the 50-day moving average, and I guess it just doesn't have it like Bitcoin does. But you guys can see breakout happened, then boom, 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 and it took a few days, but finally had that big pop, which is nice. Again, a lot of these things are just heading for simple levels of resistance. It's not even complicated at this point. You can see resistance there. Not too much of a head and shoulders here, but we did talk about a few head and shoulders plays out there. ADA broke out above the 50 here. This one also had a smaller breakout, though. I think some of us talked about this. I would have actually just traded this as a breakout plus the MACD having that crossover here. Yeah, that one was a little bit. Oh, this isn't my lagging one though. My lagging one is it's like 20, 40. Oh snap! What was that last one? It's like 12 or something. I've been switching up some of my key uses for it, but I want to make sure I get it right. There we go. 20, 40, 12. It was 12. Okay. Actually, no, I was thinking 13 in my head, and I know that was wrong. There we go. 12. Yeah, okay, there we go. No, it still didn't get rid of it. I still had a false signal right there, which I don't like, but once it was able to kind of get picked up, I guess that was okay. Dogecoin. Let me shrink this back down. Dogecoin already had a breakout earlier. It was a false one, but I kept it up here just to see if it would actually have any effect. Not really. Let me move this over here very fast. And oh, we don't need this bottom one because we're not breaking down just yet. I mean, it's kind of breaking out. Kind of. Maybe you could say more of this. That could be it, but I mean, who would want to trade from there to there? I mean, somebody might, but yeah, a scalper might. XRP, not really up a lot. XRP is only up not even 2% at this point. You got Dogecoin at 2, ADA at 5. So maybe it's just because XRP's already gone up so much. Go over here to the weekly chart. XRP broke down. I guess it did have a pretty aggressive drop here that week, and now it's managed to rally back up here. If you traded the breakdown, it went down about 10%, 9%, and then it kind of came back up here, another 9%. Kind of a wild swing if you think about it. Ape token. Ape token's up 3. If Bitcoin can rally for a few more weeks, I would highly recommend you play around with this. Now, you don't have to put real money into it. You can always do paper trading and stuff like this. But when you see something that's like dropped down so much so fast, something like an ape token, which is hold on here. With a like $471 million market cap, not even in the billions anymore. You know, I would probably consider having some fun with this and playing around with it. Let's go back to like the last year. The market cap just last year was 2.25 billion, and that was last January. Oh, that was the beginning of this year. And it's come all the way back down quite a bit here, guys. So I think this still has a lot of volatility left in it and can really soar really fast. So if you wanted to have something to play around with, even with fake money, this is something I'd probably say have fun with it. Usually when you want to play with stuff like this, you can have some fun scalping and things of that nature. But just be careful, and if you do invest real money into it, because it can get pretty volatile really fast. But you can give it to you right now. It's trying to have this breakout. See this smaller one? Bloop, 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 bloop. Hoping to have one last pop maybe before it comes back down, but who knows. Oh, let's go back up here. AVAX doing pretty well, curling back up. I mean, now we're looking at a bunch of golden crosses when we weren't going to be having any golden crosses, so this is pretty interesting here. Bitcoin Cash making a move up. Matic making a move up right now. BNB. BNB is not doing much, but that's just because Coinbase is having their issues, as we all know. Chili's. Crow. Crow's not doing bad. Sheeb. Sheeb needs to have a monstrous pop here pretty soon. People have really lost faith in this one. You can say like people have lost faith in a lot of tokens, but Sheeb went up so much so fast, and it just came all the way back down to pre-pop levels, which most tokens, I don't think most tokens actually did that here, right? So we might have seen back to the back to Matic on the monthly chart or something. See, Matic never came back down here to a penny. That's kind of what Sheeb did, which is why it's so crazy. All right, anything else that I really want to focus on though? GTC is up a little bit. I day trade this one. I don't really invest in it, but I do love day trading, and it's pretty fun. Solana's doing pretty good. Talked about that. Yeah, and this one was breaking above the moving averages as well. You had that change of character yesterday, and right after that, big pop right here. Again, everything's kind of going into these levels of resistance here, and that's fine, but just be careful with them. Luna, a small gain after a few bad days. You know, it's going to kind of having a weird time here. But I mean, good time, bad time. Just not much happening today, really. STMX up a little bit. I like this as a long-term hold. I really do, but I don't know if I want to be in it right now. I'm dollar cost averaging into it, and that's about that's about it here. Anything else here? Mana's up. Arbitrum is up. ID token is up, and I day trade that one. Comp, I want comp to continue moving higher, but it already did have that pretty big move, so gonna wait and see how that turns up, right? But overall, not looking too bad here, guys. All right, make sure I'm not missing any messages here. And hey, Tony, yeah, we should close pretty close to we should close pretty close to like 28,000 if you want to see this rally continue. The real big thing here is that we just need to have the momentum to break above the moving averages. So if you guys are talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum, things like that, this was always the hard part. Bitcoin, breakout, that one, first thing, good. Next, we either need to have a day where we kind of, well, first of all, we should kind of close around where we are right now. We really don't want to close down below like 27,700, 27,600, some of you talked about. But one of two things is about to happen here, all right? And the big one here is that we just have a basic small candle tomorrow. Nothing really crazy happens, but it's steady and the support holds, okay? If that happens, we'll most likely launch into like 29,000 or at least 28,500 levels tomorrow. No, the day after tomorrow, excuse me, depending on like what time zone you guys are in. And we just have to break out above these moving averages. These moving averages are freaking horrible to break out above and break down below. But when we do it, I'm gonna just go back over here to, you know, when we are doing it, you can see there's some really powerful things happening there. I don't want to call it too powerful, but you know, there's a lot of volatility when we get close to these types of big events. Volatility, some volatility there. And if we're able to break out above it, that's where things get really good for us again. Now, are we, you know, headed for 31,000 all over again? I'd probably say no, but 30,000? That's within reach right now. If we can get to 30,000, then plus have some really good news as far as cryptocurrencies is concerned with like maybe the SEC loses another big court battle. That could be massive for Bitcoin because we were waiting for bears to really push everything down and they weren't able to do so. And so all of a sudden, once we start to see this slow, the momentum slow, what happens? You see MACD starting to cross back over, give you bullish signals. You see RSI start to stabilize. You see just all types of oscillators basically showing you that the momentum has shifted, whether it's the MACDs, the RSI, stochastics, things like that. Then they were all showing a little bit of a reversal. That's why we started doing these trades, right? We're like, okay, let's see what we can do with them, and or the TapBit ones. I guess these were the ones we did together. And you can see, like, even if you guys didn't follow along, or if you guys just did day trades on them or whatever, you know, 8% profit, 22% profit. The money really isn't the big thing here because with dollar cost averaging, so this is like 1 week's worth of dollar cost averaging. However, you know, if we had been dollar cost averaging for months and months and months and months and months, you know, you could see where you get some good profit here. But I guarantee there's some people that didn't even make, I don't even know how much money they brought profit here. Like they didn't make $10 today, right off of the trades. Let's move this back down here a little bit more. Let's move this back over here. But yeah, we're just waiting to cross above that 200 daily moving average. And then, of course, if I were to get rid of all this other crap on the screen, the 20 and the 200 weekly moving averages are also there. That's going to be a little bit of a pain. We'll survive, though. And Bitcoin should try to launch up a little bit more tomorrow. For now, though, you could expect it to probably calm down just a teeny bit. You just don't want to see with tomorrow's candle, which opens up in just a half an hour's time, you don't want to see us coming all the way back down to like 27,168 or, you know, back down to the support level of this old trend line. That would kind of tell me that, hey, we're probably looking at something a little bit more not necessarily like a complete breakdown, but you're going to see people freaking out. And the people that bought up here, really excited for it to keep on going up, they're probably going to lose some money because they didn't really buy at the breakout point, which was down here. And again, it only gave us a few seconds to really, like 5-10 minutes to really buy that breakout. But, you know, that's why you have to be at your computer or at least have some type of alert software ready for you. And when it comes to trading view, it's pretty easy, right? I have this trend line. You right click on it. You say add alert on trend line. And you just say, hey, when it crosses above the trend line, let me know. Really nice and easy, right? Not everybody knows how to do that. So if you guys can always watch my tutorial if you guys want to. Just don't forget about this one right here, okay? Let me get rid of the magnet. If for whatever reason, because you know I haven't been able to go live as much since my mom's in that rehab place, I'm gonna go see her in like a half an hour or so. But you guys know, and if we come back down to this trend line, you know, I'd probably take a nibble at it. And if we manage to have a little bit of a rally and show some support, I'd be willing to buy it up. But you know, you just gotta watch out for some of these moving averages. When we get everything kind of coming close together like this, or see these two together, everything will be close together maybe sometime in late October. That's where you get a lot of volatility. Hopefully, Bitcoin's price is nowhere close to any of this when it happens. It's rare that we have everything so close together, though. No. Okay, here's something. It's like this, all right? Usually have volatility, a lot of volatility. Now, it doesn't have to be going down. It could be going around like this, right? You have a little bit of a pop right there. That was up to 50 to 200, though. You just see some really large moves, which I'm not going to pretend to know the future and say, oh my God, Bitcoin's going up and Bitcoin's going down. I can do like the short term, like, hey, look at this technicals. Everything's pointing to going up, right? However, I can say that we are going to get more volatile, which for me is really nice because it means that things are going to get much more exciting. If you guys have seen any crypto streamer over the past few weeks, months, I would say mostly just weeks, I am friends with a lot of them. I can tell you we've all been bored out of our minds because nothing has been happening. An occasional pop, an occasional small drop over here. Like, wow, you know, we can't really, I mean, some people can find a way to make that exciting, but it's not really exciting. So now that we can expect to see some volatility here over the next few days, you will probably see a lot more, you know, just have the crypto community really starting to rally behind it and like, hey, let's go. Meanwhile, if you guys are trading options or stocks, you guys are probably going to see some good rallying coming around there too. Just don't expect anything like a GameStop to start popping off because of this as well. There we go. Hey man, I've been on here, but can I ask some advice? Trying to find someone who may be successful to give me advice I need to actually hear. It really depends on what type of advice you're looking for. I'm technically, as a YouTuber, I'm not supposed to be giving financial advice, but I can give philosophical advice on finance. I think that's a better way to work the loophole here. See, and hey Alex, oh my gosh, it is early. See, this is why I always hate, depending on the time zone you're in, not just you, even for me over here in Seattle, sometimes you can miss these really big days and what it actually means when we actually have these nice breakouts. And there's Bitcoin right there at that breakout. Let me just add a small level of resistance here, right around here. Just so you guys remember that there is that level of resistance. First thing is there's a 28,000, so every 1,000 there's like a settled resistance there. Just because people have those blocks where they want to buy or sell their positions at. And then after that, we have to deal with those moving averages. I'm not going to care about the moving averages too much right now. At this point, we just need to watch and see how Bitcoin behaves during all this craziness. And for that, we're going to be at an hour chart. Let's just move this here for that level. And let's just kind of patiently, if we can be patient with Bitcoin here, try to see what happens here. And maybe a small MACD, because we're seeing that this MACD is about to cross back over. I want to see if we can pop right here. That'd be maybe a little bit of a fun day trade as well. See, hey Mark, Northeast Philadelphia. Hey Mr. Tinker, happy to see you back. I heard you Eagles barely won against the not Redskins, the Washington football team again. But yeah, I was rooting for them. One of my friends lives out there. Asia would probably freak out when the water up. Oh, wake up. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is a pretty nice pop right now here, guys. I guess we kind of saw it coming a little bit just because of all the oscillators and whatnot. But it was so hard to want to take a gamble on it because we could have had a shutdown last night. And that would have probably caused Bitcoin to get rejected and come all the way back down. So it's hard to trade when there's a lot of news going on, but sometimes you get lucky where the news works out, nothing crazy happened. Although I would have to say this is the normal thing that happens is Congress pushes everything to the last minute, then they pass some type of bill, and then we're back in a few more months. We'll see. Things are supposed to get choppy, I think, from a political standpoint here in the House. I saw this morning on Twitter that Matt Gaetz is going to try to remove Speaker McCarthy from being the speaker, basically. I don't know if he has the votes, and I think Democrats probably want Speaker McCarthy on there because he really wants to give a lot of money to Ukraine. So it'll be a balancing act, but maybe it leads to some drama that could affect the markets. Not too much here, because as long as the government gets funded, I really don't care about Ukraine. That's just my personal opinion. But as long as the government's funded, I think Bitcoin can definitely start to see us going above 28,000. I mean, guys, if we're lucky, we can break out above this today. But that's if there's an appetite. Usually the appetite has to come from some of those bulls, that have large amounts of money, whales, whatnot, and we can see what goes on there. Because right now we're kind of in this little bit of we've broken out. This is a crucial moment. We're either going to break down from here and come back down to maybe 27,600 or something, or we're going to break out and try to pop above that level of resistance that we're seeing, really those moving averages. Let me just pull up a MACD here. I'm going to get rid of this MACD because it's the lagging one. The lagging one really doesn't work too well when it comes to like day trading, right? Or day trading, yeah. Back over here. Drop this down. Let's just make these a little bit thicker for your eyes. There we go. See, this MACD already crossed. My lagging one kind of gives a little bit more leeway when it comes to day trading because I usually try to be optimistic that, hey, we have a big pop, we can keep on going. But for now, since you guys don't want to see a lagging one, most likely, this is the basic one. 15-minute. All the other ones are not even close to crossing over. 5 minutes is, but everything else looking okay, right? I think we even talked about the MACD a while ago, right? The MACD gave you that first buy signal way over here. What was this? August 29th? Yeah. So you could have bought right there and then made your money back, I guess, if you held all this time. That's why I like the lagging one, because the lagging one kind of gives you a little bit more of a heads up. But we're not talking about the daily charts. We're talking about the 5-minute charts here. There we go. And I'm just hoping we're going to have that nice pop here. Let's drag this down just a little bit. You guys don't really have to pay attention to it too much. All you're looking for is to see if this can cross back above. All right. Please, Bitcoin, let us have one more strong move. Anything else I want to add to this chart? Not really here. I think we're fine. Just kind of a static reason. Let's see. Let's see. And hey, Gary. Oh, hey, thanks, Gary. Happy to see you guys. Yeah, guys, I just shaved my head a couple days ago. I normally don't shave. You guys barely see me with a bald head, but my hair's already growing, actually. I already have, like, if I go like this, it just, the small hairs just kind of grip at my head automatically. But yeah, guys, we have a nice breakout here. I'm hoping things continue on. Let me hop out of this one. I got a notification for something. Oh, yeah. It's just messages and stuff like that. Okay. But so far, if you guys took any small positions, you guys are up a little bit here. Just be careful if you guys are looking to buy right now. I would probably try to... If you guys buy, I might just have a stop loss around 27,733. That way, if you guys are looking to buy, your stop loss is a small 0.78%. So if you guys are looking to go 10x long, which is reasonable when it comes to Bitcoin, you would be willing to lose 7%, and you're hoping that gets up to like 28,500 or so, or 28,000, or even 30,000 if you really want to go that high. And then from there, let's just kind of point this out. 20,500. That's about 2% profit or 20% profit if you're doing longs. Now, you prefer to make a 3-to-1 trade on this, but in this circumstance, because some of you guys might have missed the opportunity because we had really only this few minutes here to make the trade, or maybe even over here to make the trade, kind of became a little bit more difficult, right? Although you can kind of see the trade building up right there. Not everybody has time to kind of watch Bitcoin, like I said before. Okie dokie. Let's see right here. It just looks so weird now because it just popped up so fast. And I think somebody said check out XRP. XRP, it gave up a little bit a few minutes ago. Let me check this out. Yeah, just like Bitcoin, it had that breakdown. Now it's just in this same consolidation phase. Breakdown right here, got a little choppy, came down pretty hard. Now looking to consolidate a little bit. Not bad though. Let me see if I can find this out here. Didn't really make it all the way down to the good support level I would want, but it's still looking okay. Bit of a death cross, but it's a 1 minute chart. What are you going to do there? Not crazy. I'd watch this carefully because if it starts to break down below some of these moving averages, things are going to get a little bit ugly. Nothing over levels of resistance besides there. Ape token consolidating. Yeah, Ape token is something like I said before. I really want to trade this one. Swing trade it. I guess I'm not day trading, but swing trade it. That'd make me feel a little bit happier. What do you call? Anytime we see Ape coin doing something, I want to trade it just because it's come down so fast. And I'm really hoping that Bitcoin can really have a nice solid move here at this point. And thanks, Gary. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. I normally don't say that, but I will today because it's a pretty crazy day right now. And hey, GT, and even definitely new look. I think these elected officials should be required to visit everyone else's states to fully gather their needs in every state. It's one thing to hear it, but another thing to see it in person helps. I mean, yeah, I just don't think politicians... I don't know. I don't have much faith in politicians, even the good ones, even the bad ones, whatever, you know, in totality. I really don't have a high opinion of them because they seem to have lost focus on the United States, and they seem to have put their focus more on foreign policy, which is not good for like just the maintenance of America, right? The fundamental maintenance that the country's supposed to go through to kind of keep it, you know, good and going strong and cleaning out the tubes and whatnot. We're not really doing that. Our eye has been on foreign policy a little bit too long. We'll see what comes of it. But, you know, there's a reason why I want to live outside the United States for a little bit, move around a little bit, and then come back when I want to. United States... I think that, remember there was that TikTok theme going around, or it was last week maybe, about America, no, Roman Empire. It's kind of like America is the Roman Empire in decline, and we just can't figure out how to get... We know how to get out of a lot of the situations we're in. We really do. But is it worth the social backlash that would come along with it? I think that's the question. And that social component is really what separates Democrats and Republicans right now. We'll see who ends up winning it, but it's gonna, you know, something bad's gonna happen eventually. So my first fund in my firm is launching tomorrow, and Texas is charging $100 to sell 100,000 worth of shares. No SEC registration required. I love this state. That's pretty nice, Larry. What do you call it? Texas has your back. They want you to grow. I mean, it's a business. They want people to take the opportunity. You know, less bureaucracy, the cheaper it is for you. First 201,000 shares already reserved. Oh, nice, dude. Let me know how that one turns out. I'd love to actually do some technicals on it one day. I think that'd be pretty fun just to kind of watch and see how everything turns out. Because, I guess it's not like it's an IPO or anything like that, but hopefully it turns out better than ARM and things like that. I remember we were talking about ARM a few days ago, actually a couple weeks ago now. I felt like ARM was going to pull something like Robinhood, and I'm hoping it doesn't. But you can see that how that first day we had that really big pop, and all of a sudden we're coming back down to normal levels. ARM needs to stay strong, or it's going to end up being like a Hood. And I own a bunch of Hood here. I'm hoping that Robinhood gets bought out. To be frank here, but Robinhood had its breakout, popped up again. Let me get rid of all this old technicals here. It opened up way up here in 2021, spiked all the way up to 90, and came all the way back down. I've still been loading up for it, on it for the past few, for I don't know, a year and a half or something. But I'm hoping it can have a really solid move here in the future. I just don't really want to see stuff like that break down below those trend lines here. But until then, I think we're fine. All right, let's go back over here. Is anything actually popping up that's really big? Solana still seems to be going strong here. Let me see, 15-minute chart. Breakout, rode it, came up a little bit here too, yeah. Yeah, Solana's still having a party right now. This is what I was hoping Bitcoin would be doing. Still trying to have a nice little party here. Bitcoin is stuck. It's just stuck trying to make that next move, which isn't terrible. Let me open up another window here very fast. Check out some of the Bitcoin wallets here. Whoa, that's zoomed out 100%. Let's go. Is this that wallet that we used to talk about a lot? The money kept on moving around. No, this guy's just accumulating. There's no selling of going on right now on this wallet. But no, not much selling going on here. I gotta remember, or I gotta just find out where that last wallet was there. There you go. And if you guys are just joining, we're waiting to see if Bitcoin can break out one more time above this $28,000 level. There's the $28,000 level, then there's also the 50-week moving average, the 200 weekly moving average, and the 200 daily moving average. That's a lot of resistance, but if we manage to break out above it, it's going to be a massive breakout, which I think we all kind of want to see. All right. $500 per share and a 10-year required hold before they can sell. Oh yeah, that's a nice one though, especially if they're getting a nice easy price at the beginning. It'll work out pretty well, especially because that gives time for like the economy to like get okay. Because right now the economy is not okay. We're in a really nasty spot. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Got a weird little message on my phone from YouTube, but I think it's fine. Oh, let's see. Matic is up 6%. This one's cooling off a little bit as well. Gala up a little bit here. Seems like some of these want to take a little bit of a turnaround too, which is nice. Solana really looks like the big one here. But I guess Solana had a really, really bad last year, so it really needs to come up a little bit more than everything else to come back to par, so to speak. Arbitrum. ID token. Alright. Let's just stick with Bitcoin, guys, and see if we can get this breakout. 5-minute chart. Oh. This... I would say 7 minutes. We're probably going to see, within 7 minutes, we're going to try to see a pretty nice pop off here. But we don't want to start breaking down below these moving averages. It would just become a pain to deal with. And there's a small level of resistance here. It doesn't look big, you know, it's not like a massive thing. But you can see we have a teeny breakout. You should see some day traders in here really try to pump this sucker up. If there's a whale here that's trying to block it, sucks for us, but again, let's give it a try and see what we can accomplish here. Okay, turn my phone upside down. I keep on getting random messages here. Invest and hold Shiba, Litecoin, Doge, Ethereum, crypto for years to come. Get rich like they did with Bitcoin, not financial advice. Do as you wish. And hey, old Billy, what do you call it? I mean, dollar cost averaging has been great so far for a lot of people. You just have to really be willing to hold for a long time, right? I think that the fear is people tend to sell a little bit too early, or they don't want to sell, or they just want to hold on too long, I guess you would say. Like right now, see, I don't want to leave this Bitcoin chart because I feel like Bitcoin may pop in a couple seconds, but maybe if I just zoom out for a second and come back down to it, you'll see that Bitcoin maybe has popped. We'll see. Let me go over here to load layout. Let's go to all right, let's go over here. So let's pull out of Apple very fast. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. Okay. This is RSI or something. Yeah. All right. Usually, this is a heads up in case you guys have never known this. Usually, if you guys see Bitcoin at all-time highs, and you see a death cross where the 20 crosses down below the 50, that's usually an okay time to start thinking about selling your positions. Or if you see Bitcoin perhaps going more steady where the 20-day moving average is just kind of going more sideways, you can just start selling off some of your assets. So Bitcoin hit an all-time high right here, right? And then we had a death cross. So you guys might have started to sell around this zone if you wanted to. It stops you from having to deal with this big crash right here, you know. But some people might want to sell over here, over here, or over here, or over here. That doesn't matter, right? But usually after an all-time high, right, and you have that crossover, like just with here, Bitcoin had an all-time high crossover, you can start selling around here if you want to. Now, your altcoins may have come down a little bit from their all-time highs as well, but if you loaded up on set altcoin down here or down here, and the price is low up here, you shouldn't care so much. And you don't have to sell 100% of your position, but you could sell 50%, 25%. Me, I'd probably closer to 75% at that time. But all-time high, another all-time high, golden cross, or excuse me, death cross, I tend to sell those positions. But, accumulate while everything is kind of in shitty territory. And I would still think that at this point, Bitcoin is still in shitty territory, because if you think about where Bitcoin has to be to hit all-time highs again, like $69,000, $70,000 area, we're at 27,000, 28,000. Kind of shit compared to where it's going to be. But that's why we accumulate, right? And just as a little caveat before we go back over to Bitcoin here, right? Bitcoin is doing fine over the last year. All right, so this is September, right? Where we are, or I guess end of September. Back over here was March. Pretty much the whole year we've done nothing. Okay, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, okay? We really found our bounce last year in 2022 after the FTX crash. Everything kind of got back to normal, so let's say that. But where's my other tokens at? ICP, that has gone down since last year. KDA has gone down since last year. Ethereum Classic has gone down since last year, okay? So you're seeing a lot of stuff that's not too bueno. Where's the other one that I talk about? Ape Token. Ape Token's the prime example of just like craziness right now. There you go. Ape Token. This is November. So this was the FTX crash right here. All right. We had a little bit of a pump, but we've still come down a long way here, guys. Which is another reason I'm okay with accumulating some Ape Token actually right now at this point in time. I kind of want to get some cheap stuff here, and I think this will do great during the next bull run here if NFTs can really make a comeback, which I think they can, but it's going to be a certain type of comeback. It's not going to be the same type of NFT craze that we saw last time. That was just stupid. That's why I never invested in NFTs. I think I made some. I never sold them because I was like, what am I going to do with them? But anyway, let's go back over here to Bitcoin. There you go. Oh, still consolidating. We really can't break through that wall right now. That's sad. Hey, King of Thunder MMO. Have not heard of that one before. Aave? Do I have Aave on here? If not, I can just type it in. I used to have this really organized on the right-hand side, but every few months, TradingView like changes all this stuff up, so I just kind of gave up on keeping everything organized. Crypto. Binance is fine. I mean, this is having a smaller, this is what we want Bitcoin to be doing right now. Actually, you can see the level of resistance right here. Broke out above it, you buy the breakout, then you kind of trade it up a little bit. At this point, it's looking pretty good. On the daily chart, had the breakout right there above the, I had the breakout yesterday, actually. Yeah, above the 200 daily moving average. Just a nice move. You have the golden cross back over here. Oh, yeah, this was giving you signal after signal after signal. That's nice. All right, so it's getting pretty close to a level of resistance right now, a little bit higher, really around that $75 level. If you want to start scaling out, I would probably scale out anywhere between $73 and $75. That's me. I'm much more conservative as a trader. And then after that, if it goes much higher than that, maybe you can sell the rest of it off at 80. If you're dollar cost averaging this for the long term, I would still probably think about scaling out some of those long term plays, depending on how you like to trade it. And then from there, it'll come back down eventually, probably back down to $66. Let's just say sub 70. And I would try to buy back more of that. Yeah, probably on the 70s here, because I see this 20-day moving average creeping up here. Give it a couple weeks and this thing's going to be crashing back down here pretty hard. And then you got to deal with that trend line right there as well. That's not a good trend line, trust me, but you get the point I'm trying to make. But this is something you definitely want to be long in right now, not short. If you're going to be trying to go short, you want to wait for it to pop up a little bit higher here before you start to actually invest your money. MACD and everything is good at this point in time. You're probably going to see maybe something a little bit on the 4-hour chart. Having small levels of resistance. It hasn't broken down yet because of the surge. Yeah, it looks fine. Looks good right now. But you're in the scale out phase, not the really accumulation phase at this point. Excuse me. All right, back over here to 5. And of course, Bitcoin's not doing anything of sort right now. It kind of just came back down a little bit. Oh no. It is trying to hold up here so far. It is trying to hold up. I guess this breakout doesn't really amount to much here, but we'll take it. We really just don't want to see it, again, start breaking down below moving averages. The 15 is nowhere to be found. We're just talking about the 5 right now. Is the 5 a huge moving average? No. But it has an importance. So we don't want to see it coming back down, because if it does, you'll probably see Bitcoin start to come back down towards 27,800 or so. Is it terrible? No, not really, but is it enough to freak out new traders? Yes, yes it is. Buy Mad Ape is running wild. Oh, my Mad Ape is running wild. I think it was maybe you said. I'm not entirely sure. NFTs like Beanie Babies, guys. Like I don't even know how NFTs really work. Like I've had friends that do NFT work. I've known people, but the friends that I know that do NFT work, they're like professional artists, right? Who make digital art, whatever, and then they sell it. But they kind of fit more of the art vibe instead of just selling something or becoming like a fad or something. They make specific art, they kind of build their niche up, and they sell their art to people who really enjoy their niche, and they don't sell their NFTs for really crazy amounts of money. Some people do buy it if there's a bidding war or something. They can go up. Come on, Bitcoin, just take that next pop. I'm really waiting for Bitcoin to have that next pop. But like here, let me pull up 2 things. Like this website, OpenSea, right? All NFTs, everything NFTs, volume 9 Ethereum, 28 Ethereum, parallel alpha. I don't know much about this, but let me go back over here because I want to see if Bitcoin will pop off. And I'm going to go to do one thing here very fast. All right, so basically this is Google Trends. You can kind of see how people are searching for different things. Here's OpenSea in red and NFT in blue. The big hype was around of NFTs was back. There you go. October 1st. Oh, wait. Oh, that must have been earlier today. This is not. No. Past 5 years. There we go. There you go. We're in a cooling off period right now. All right. Note. Okay. But yeah. The height of the last bull market, January 23rd, 2022, or whatever, had a lot of people searching for it. Nowadays, it's come down a lot. And the last time I heard about NFTs was when, I heard the NFTs were like worthless now or something like that. Like 90% of all NFTs are worthless. Right? So, they'll have more value down the road. But for now, I just don't think the NFTs really can do much. The infrastructure behind NFTs can be very lucrative, but I don't know how you get how you make a profit off of that infrastructure by investing in NFTs. You probably have to invest in the company itself, which can be just a hassle, right? All right, 15-minute chart. Bitcoin still looks like it wants to consolidate. It might not break out until 5 o'clock. No, it's just 5 o'clock, 5:15 or something. This doesn't look like a chart that wants to just go pop on the 15. I'm hoping it does, though. We got a new 15-minute candle. I guess this is the make or break 15, if you want to call it that. Let's stick to the 5. There's more hope on the 5-minute chart than there is the 15. And we're just hoping for a pretty big move. We just don't want to see we don't want to see a bear come in here and dump. That's what usually happens in these situations, but we want to, because we've already popped up so much, we really want to keep that momentum strong is my big point here, especially with all the moving averages kind of blocking our way right here. Daily target 100 for Ave. I mean, we just started a new day. It'll be very hard for it to get all the way up to 100 by the end of today. That'd be a pretty big one. If your target is like $100 over the next few months, that can totally be reached. You just gotta hope the economy kind of stays strong here. But if I misunderstood, just let me know and I can see if I can help. Let's see right here. There you go. Come on, Bitcoin. I mean, we're close. It's trying. It really is trying. Let's smooth this down right here. Yeah, we're just trying to get that one big pop here, guys. That's literally it. We're not even hoping for like a monster move. We're just a small pop. That pop will lead into something else later on through the day. Well, we closed pretty close to where we needed to. That's a really good sign here. I think only those Trump NFTs are doing well. But again, yeah, you can even think of Trump as an artist if you really wanted to. There was a huge niche built around Donald Trump, and you know, he's president. I think a lot of people can kind of say that, you know, he's, how do you want to say this? The system does not like Donald Trump, and for him to go through the world of NFTs is kind of just like the most Trump thing he can do. And so, you know, if you have the whole establishment against you and you're kind of having to go grassroots way, NFTs is a way to do it. Okay, we're trying to pop right here again. Trying to pop. This is the new day attempt. It's going higher. We're tapping on it. Tapping on it. It's not like this white line is the level to break. Remember, it's just a moving average here. But maybe if I were to adjust this a tad. There you go. You can see it's trying. I mean, like desperately trying. Like here, let's even go to the 1 second chart. You can see that it's it's desperately trying. And because there is actually so much liquidity, kind of so many people buying and trading right now, we actually have a lot more data coming in from Binance. Normally the Binance data is very stagnant these days because there's not a lot of trading going on. Now there is. Now we have a double top on the seconds chart, which is woohoo awesome. But 5-minute chart, another rejection here, another rejection. We might end up getting pushed back down onto that 15 like we were talking about on the 15-minute chart, excuse me. And we got a small push down. Damn, they're really trying to push us down now. It was so close. Let me see. I mean, it's not terrible. Let's see. Oh, hold on 1 second. My mother's calling me. I just want to make sure she's okay. Okay, sorry about that. Mom and grandmother were calling me from the rehab center with my mom's at, and I was just reminding them that I'll be over there in about an hour, and I'm going to leave here about half an hour or so. Yeah, close to it or something like that. We'll see. Let's see. What's right here? Weekly. Yeah, so, guys, overall, Sorry, Loki's over here trying to snuggle up in my blanket that I'm under. What do you call it? We're doing okay. We need to see Bitcoin continue to break out here. If you guys are buying, or if you guys are thinking like, should I still be holding, things like that, what basically you don't want to see happen here is you don't want to see Bitcoin really start to break down below 27,800 basically. Like you can maybe even say 818, but actually, what is the number? 27,815.76 looks like on the Bitcoin to Tether chart. But because if we start breaking down below that, you know, then you're most likely going to see us come all the way back down here to the mid 27,000s. Is that terrible? No, but again, it'll just freak out some of those less inexperienced traders. It's okay if we work down for a little bit on the 4-hour chart before breaking out again, but we just can't come back up and give away at least half of this nice candle right here. We want to continue this move. 2-hour chart, fine. 1-hour chart, fine. Even the 15-minute chart, fine. 5-hour chart, fine. But we got to be careful not to break down below this. Is it terrible if we do? Not really, but you don't want to see it happen because it makes the consolidation that much longer, I guess I would say, right? Okay, but I'm going to end the stream now because I got to get ready to go visit my mother. Big day today. I'm going to help her walk and do some other stuff here. And, you know, plus she's at the rehab center, which sucks. So I'm always there to kind of give her some mental, moral support, I guess you would say. But yeah, hope you guys all have a good rest of your night. I'm sorry that I've had to deal with so much family stuff over the past few weeks, but I will try to go live a little bit more this week. There's other streamers out there, like Tom Crown's a good one. Jordan Cameron, I think he hasn't been streaming as much, but he's okay. And there's other streamers you guys can watch as well. And don't forget, I do have 24-hour streams with trading signals. If you guys want to check them out, just subscribe and go over to my main page, and you guys will see a whole bunch of them. I'm going to send you guys off to one right now. So if you guys have any questions or want to chat with other people, go check it out. It's always a fun one, in my opinion. Okay, thanks everybody.